Welcome back to Egan Brooks' Psychology channel. Today we are going to talk about comparison. Now, comparison is something that affects us all, and unfortunately it is one of the main reasons that we suffer from poor mental health, because we're constantly comparing ourselves to other people, looking at all the good in their life and unable to find that within ourselves. There's a lot of cognitive biases that come into play, but today's video is going to focus on why. Because a lot of us struggle to understand why there is such an innate drive to constantly be thinking and obsessing about other people. So today I'm going to give you 3 of the main reasons that hopefully will ease your mind a bit, because being aware that it is not all your fault, that there is a lot of programming and drive to compare innately, and it is not a result of being a problem, but simply a feature of the human experience. So the first thing is evolution. Now, social hierarchy played a much more pivotal role thousands of years ago. So comparison was the means to understand our position amongst the hierarchy, because we needed access to food, safety. Our survival depended on what part of the hierarchy we were in. So our brain has developed this ability to constantly compare ourselves and figure out where we sit amongst the social playing field. Unfortunately, it's not something we need nowadays, but it is built into us, and we have this filter that we see the world through, which is often the comparison to other people and how we mark up against them. The second thing is our upbringing. Now, modern society has shaped us against each other. Think back to your childhood. All of the things you do in your schooling experience come to academic achievement, sport, and being popular. Everything is about achievement. Your grades are in comparison to other people, sporting carnivals about beating other people. Now, for most people, our identity is slowly shifting towards being directly tied to how we sit in comparison to other people. So suddenly our worth is dependent upon achievement. Now, most people go through this same experience through their upbringing, and unfortunately that only confirms this pre-existing drive we have to compare. Now, suddenly we are conditioned into thinking that we only matter when we stack up against other people. And through the most formative years of our lives, we go through all of this conditioning. When you combine our innate drive to compare with our early childhood experiences with this cognitive bias called confirmation bias, which is where we tend to see the things in the world that we pre-existingly believe. So, it is not what you look at that matters, it's what you see. Now, this quote is so important because our mind tends to find things and search for things that affirm things that it already believes. So unfortunately, a lot of us do not have deep-seated, strong beliefs about who we are. We don't have much confidence. So our mind wants to find similarity and congruence between what it believes about itself and the outer world. So unfortunately, our mind is only looking for things that confirm the bad in us. We don't want to look to the good in us. We're constantly finding others who are better than us, and we're constantly finding things that make us feel bad about ourselves. And that is through this mechanism of confirmation bias. So we have this innate drive to compare. We have an upbringing which makes ourselves so ingrained to find achievement as the cure to comparison. And then we have confirmation bias, this innate mechanism that wants us to find a similarity between what we believe about ourselves and the outer world. So the odds are actually stacked against us, and it's, okay, how can we start becoming aware that there is an innate drive to compare because it is trying to protect us, is trying to keep us safe? Unfortunately, it doesn't work for us, but becoming aware is the first step. So hopefully this video has enlightened you as to some of the reasons that we are so quick to compare ourselves to other people.